Welcome to another ThemeMountain video tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to use the image shortcode and how to use it to insert a plain image, a linked image, an image that launches a lightbox. I'm also going to show you how to add a overlaying caption to an image, a caption below, and a rollover caption. So I've set up my section blocks here in a few columns so that I can insert multiple image shortcodes and show you all the differences. So I'm going to start here by just selecting the image shortcode and uploading an image. I'm going to go ahead and select this one right here. Now we are presented with a range of different options here, but for now I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm going to go ahead and save this, and I'm going to go ahead and update it, and we can see what it looks like in the front end here. So that's pretty straightforward. The image spans to take up the full width of the column, and it scales down proportionally as we resize our browser. Now what I'm going to show you is how to use the forced image width or max width of an image. So what you can do here is that if you don't want it to span the full width of the column that you're inserting it in, you can set a start width or a max width. So I'm going to set this to 400. And then we're going to see what this looks like. So there we can see that the image is smaller than its column, and when I resize the browser, it will proportionally scale as we reach the smaller breakpoints. Right, so that's the basics of inserting an image. What I'm going to do now is show you how to link it. So I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate this. Actually, what I'm going to do is just remove the max width here. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it. And now I'm going to show you how to link it. So we can scroll down to link image, and we can set it to either link image or lightbox. Now if we set it to link image, we have the opportunity to provide a higher resolution image that will open in the same tab. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm just going to go ahead and select the URL of the image that we used as a thumbnail as an example. And then I'm going to paste the URL here. So let me show you what that looks like. So now that I click the image, it will open the image in bigger format in the same tab. So that's pretty clear, straightforward as well. Now we're going to launch the image in a lightbox instead. I'm going to go back to my image shortcode here. I'm going to duplicate it, drag it over here, and then I'm just going to switch the link section to use lightbox instead. Now that we switch it to use lightbox instead, we're presented with a range of additional options here. Group ID, now this is if you insert multiple images into the page, and when launched you can cycle through all the images that are associated with this group. So as an example, I'm just going to go ahead and set this to an ID. I'm going to go ahead and add the toolbar, the zoom button, and the share button. I'm going to give the image a caption. For now, I'm not going to add a thumbnail caption, so I'm going to leave that as is. For the design options, we haven't added any captions, so this doesn't concern us right now. But what does concern us is the animation tab. Here we can select whether the lightbox should slide in from top, right, bottom, or left. So I'm just going to go ahead and select the bottom as an example. So I'm going to go ahead and update that. And we can reload and see what this looks like. So we have the normal link here. Now if we click here, it will launch the image in a lightbox. Now we have the test caption here, and we can zoom in here, and we also have the share buttons here. Now I'm going to show you how to add the different captions to the thumbnails that we just created. So I'm going to go back to the editor here. I'm going to duplicate the last one we have here. Just paste this down here. And now I'm going to add a caption. So the first thing to do is to add our test caption here. Then we're going to go to design options, and we're going to choose the caption type. So now I'm going to choose overlay. We can now also determine whether we should vertically align it top, middle, or bottom, and whether we should horizontally align it left, center, or right. Now I'm just going to leave it as is, as default. But I suggest you play around with it and see the different options. I'm going to change the caption color to white as an example. Maybe we can even bold it so that it's more visible. Right. So I'm pretty happy with that, and I'm going to go ahead and save that, and we're going to see what this looks like. So there we go. Maybe not the best image for this caption, but we've vertically aligned it middle, and we have horizontally aligned the caption center. We also bolded it, and the lightbox, the image is also linked to a lightbox. If I click it now here, it will launch the image. Now I'm going to show you the caption below. I'm going to duplicate this once again, move it over here, and edit this image. So this time I'm going to leave the caption as is, but I'm going to switch the caption type to below. And I'm also going to change the caption color, of course, otherwise we wouldn't see it. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and update it, and we can see it in the front end. There we go, so we have a linked image with a caption below. Same thing again, we can either link to the image itself or launch it in a lightbox. Now the last thing I'm going to show you here is how to create a rollover caption. So I'm going to duplicate it yet again, and then simply switch the design option caption type to rollover. Now that when I do that, we also get presented with the rollover background color and the caption text color. So I'm going to leave this to white. Again, I'm going to leave the vertical and horizontal alignment as we had it before, but this time I'm presented with a range of different animation effects. So I'm going to change the animation type here to overlay image scale in. I'm also going to change the easing type to something more fun, and we can change the lightbox animation to slide in left as an example. I'm going to go ahead and save that, update that again. Now we can see what this looks like in the front end. Now that I roll over the image, we see the overlay scale in, and when I click it, it launches the lightbox image. Now you'll also notice that since we created a group ID for the lightbox, we can just cycle through the other images that are associated with this group as well in the same page. And that's all for this tutorial.